So I'm Matt, and I love design. I love, like Alex was talking about earlier, what you did to your house, about painting the ceilings or doing interesting things to make a place look great, right? And just show what it could be. So now, like, what I've discovered is there's actually some science behind this. So if you look at these two buildings, you got your classic, architecture. You notice all the intricacies and just it's interesting to look at compared to this modern building that's flat glass and all that. So there's new with AI software now they have something called a visual tracking software, and what they can do is you can see what people are actually looking at when they look at a picture. So if you look at this building, people are actually looking past the building. They're looking at the people, they're looking at the trees, they're not actually engaging with this building. And funny enough, people actually tend to look at hazards in the environment as opposed to actually looking at this building. And so we were talking about anxiety earlier with purchasing and things like that. These modern buildings actually create anxiety on a bit of a subconscious level. Whereas you look at this building, as you're walking past, your attention is looking at these details. Looking at the calm of it, because it kind of inspires, it captivates the mind, right? Helps us think of possibilities as opposed to maybe the truck or bus that's like zooming by that could potentially need your services as a personal injury lawyer. So I say that to say this is you can take spaces that are they'll do as a home and everything, but you can add details that help people emotionally engage, help them be calm and enjoy, make a house a home, right? And it doesn't have to be specific. Like a lot of people when they look at our places, they always go like, "Wow, this feels like a magazine." There's a magic to design that happens that actually helps us do this, right? Where we feel embraced by the space. And so these are our services. So the thing is with painting, wallpaper, trim work, these are fairly inexpensive things that you can do to bring a house that's not so good into a place where people really want to be, right? And it's not just like I want to buy it, but I want to bring my family here. I want to live my life, right? Because a home, like we were talking about earlier, is an emotional investment. It's like a marriage. Like you're planning on being there for a long time, and you want to feel good about that purchase, and you don't want it to be an anxiety-riddled, forced thing. And provided they're not financially illiterate, like we do want emotional experiences when we buy a home, right? Not driving us towards foolish decisions, but decisions that are going to make our lives better. So yeah, things like these small details I feel like are lost today, that they're calming to the spirit, right? And that's what I'm after as somebody who's in painting and design work, right? It's what I'm passionate about. And specifically for selling homes, obviously interior painting, wallpaper, and wall trim. And doesn't have to be intricate like this, but just simple wall boxes. You slap them on a wall and they draw the eye up. The neuroscience actually says that if you ever are feeling tired, right? If you just look up for about 10 seconds, you get a small dopamine hit. You feel like you can move forward by looking up. Look up to heaven, look up to God. And it's the same with this trim work, with things where you create beautiful spaces that will actually embrace, your potential, your human spirit. So that's that, and then beyond that, we also like to dabble in mural jobs, which is just more of like a fun, creative thing. So an example would be like this is a mural we did for a coffee shop, Fairgrounds Cafe, and so he buys directly from the farmers, where they pick the beans and everything. So it just, it served his ethos of fair trade, and so brush painting design, what we want to do is engage with people in a way that's going to embrace their lifestyle, whatever they're trying to do it ethically, do it beautifully, sell beautiful homes and serve others. So yeah, that's my business, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. I thought you were giving me high five.
I
was like, I did that good.
I gotta put my hand up for a question.
Sure.
Do you also do exterior murals?
Yeah.
Like side of a garage is specifically what I'm asking about.
Yeah.
It's wood.
A wood garage.
Side panels wood.
Yeah, you gotta look at the substrate, and it's gotta make sure that, because wood will sooner peel and things like that. So, but yeah, definitely you can do anything outside, and communicate what you're about. That's what exterior murals are really about, right? They're really more about like marketing and advertising and but also too like in a fun, artistic way, grabbing people's attention. So yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah. I got cards here. Yeah.
I'll hold on.
No, I got the box.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, murals are a lot of fun, like, because you get to dive into what they're really about, what their values are, and then try and communicate that to people in a way that they understand. It's simple, abstract, so it's tons of fun. It's not the bread and butter, but yeah.
So let's imagine that a client is looking to sell his house. 3 weeks from now, it's going to go on the market.
Yeah.
There are certain updates that could potentially be done to enhance the value of the property. You are recommended to go meet with them to advise on what could be done to enhance.
So what we do is like.
What would be the process? What's the process? Let's say that
our salesperson that comes to your house is a designer. So we're more focused on B2B. So realtors, working through realtors, because we want to avoid the emotional aspect of homeowners where they want things a certain way. No, we want to present this house to the market, make it beautiful, not necessarily what you want as a homeowner, right? So every property is going to have its highs and lows, things that we want to do to engage and maybe draw our attention away from the less favorable aspects of the property.
Yeah.
That's a consideration. But also too, just adding character. I think of it like going on a first date. Like, you want to wear your best coat, you want to look good, girls are wearing their heels, they're doing their makeup, you want to draw attention to your best physical attributes in the physical space. So each house is going to be different, each person is different. So it does require a consultation. Yeah.
Okay.
But that being said is that our focus is on low cost. Like, we want to do simple things that are going to give us the biggest bang for the buck. Right? Whether it be an accent wall, a trim wall, or even just wallpapering a powder room, right? These small, and there's things that are, it creates illusion, You can do things that make a place feel great, and it's like and it's good for people, So that's the thing, and then also too, is that it is a skill. like a lot of realtors think they're like interior designers kind of thing, and they're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, but it just doesn't look like, it looks weird. You walk in the showings and you're like, I walked in a house the other day, everything's white except for there's a post in the middle and it's all black. And I was just like, this is so silly. It's just, I didn't say that, but like it's like they were in love with their own idea of what looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness, yeah. But no, there's a real, you have to have an aesthetic, you have to have taste in order to do this properly, and
Mhm.
and that's what we have. So, and that's what we want to share. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Any other question? All right. Thank you so
Alright.
much, Matthew.
Cool. Yeah. No, my pleasure.